my shirt. I hope that come out. I don't know why this wig got a hump in it. Probably because I done put a wig cap on. I done put my wig cap on. But it is what it is. Maybe I should tie it down a little bit. Because it's got a hump right there. But it's a wig. Shit. I said, let me come home before we get ready to leave because we probably getting ready to go to the store to get our groceries for the week because we was lazy and didn't go to the store yesterday when we should have. But you know how that is. Don't get in that dirt. Is that my husband? But I came in to tell y'all, look at that plane. I be so distracted. Squirrel. I came in to tell y'all that Connection put up a community post that she will no longer be making videos about Sin City. Uh, who else? Ellie Soul and Adrian. But she didn't say Melissa. I'm surprised she didn't say Melissa. Why you didn't add Melissa to the list? You shouldn't have been you should have been making videos about none of them. So let's see how long this gonna last. How long is she going to be on a Cindy, Ellie, and Adrian strike? I'm pretty sure it ain't gonna last long because she can't go without talking about them. But I want to see, is it gonna happen though? Because if I was in Connections situation, I wouldn't be wasting my time talking about other people either. I would be trying to figure out a way to get my medical situation handled. And if you watching this video Connection, you have a case manager. There is no reason why you should not have a ride home from the doctor after a procedure. You have a case manager. Your case manager should be able to set up medical transport for you. Somebody should be able to be there when you get out of surgery because normally if you have any type of procedure where you have to go under anesthesia, they want to make sure that your ride is there. Your ride normally has to check in with you and show their driver's license so that the hospital knows. Come here, Gizmo. You gonna go in a minute, okay? So that the hospital knows you have a ride home. Now, if you have a case manager, your case manager should be able to do that because used to be a case manager. And if one of my clients had a medical procedure or something, I would be the one to go to the hospital with them, show my ID, and after their procedure was over, take them home. I have done that numerous times. So I don't understand why your case manager can't do it or arrange for medical transport. They have medical transport that will take care of people like you. I don't understand why Connection is not on Medicare because all of that stuff would be covered under Medicare. Medical transport would be covered under Medicare. Somebody could come and take you home from the hospital and make sure that, at least make sure you made it into your apartment after your procedure. So, if I was connection, I wouldn't be sitting on here wasting my time talking about other people either. I would be trying to make sure. What are you doing? Leon, I would be trying to make sure my health was taken care of more than anything else. Because if you keep putting off these procedures and putting off these procedures, you are literally taking your health in your hands, where something that may have been very small can blow up into something very big because you're not having the procedure done to take care of it. And I really, really implore you that if the doctor is saying that you need to have something done, to just go ahead and have it done, because it's really not that bad. I had the procedure done. I mean, fortunately, I was able to have the procedure done and I was not under anesthesia. They just, you know, went on and did the procedure in the office. It was painful. I'm not gonna lie. It was painful. But I was able to have the procedure done, not under anesthesia. And I was blessed that, it did, none of the cells came back as cancerous. But if the doctor wants you to have the procedure done, if I was you, I would really just go ahead and have it done. Because if you need to, have a hysterectomy or whatever, it's best to just do it. I have had a partial hysterectomy also, where they removed the uterus and um, left everything else, like the cervix, the ovaries, all of that I still have. Now, I have heard that some doctors don't want to do partials anymore. They want to remove everything because that reduces your risk of having cervical cancer, especially after a certain age. I was in my 40s when I had it done. I'm 60 now. I'm pretty sure if they had to do it now, they would be like, nah, we can go ahead and take everything because you done already went through menopause. There's really no reason for you to still have your cervix and ovaries and stuff. You don't need that because it ain't doing nothing. But when you're younger, they want to leave your cervix and ovaries so that you don't go into menopause too early. Now, I think I'm over menopause. I don't know, child, because I still be having like night sweats and I still sometimes have hot flashes. But I think the biological part of menopause, I don't know, child. I don't know when menopause is over. I don't know if we just be having menopause forever, you know. Um, I did not put on no mascara and it feels like it. It feels like I did, but I didn't. So if I were you, I would just go ahead and have the procedure done, you know, ask the case manager if they can find medical transport to come and pick you up. And if the case manager can't help you, there are patient advocates in the hospital or the facility that the hospital that you're using, they have a social worker there. You can speak to that social worker and she or he should be able to help you find somebody, some type of medical transport or something that will help you to have the procedure. You know, help you to have somebody there with you when you come out of surgery. It's really sad that, you don't have any family in your area. I have no biological uh, family really in my area either. So, mostly I rely on my husband. Of course, my husband is my family, and his family is my family. They love me and care about me. So, when anything happens, I am fortunate enough to have them. And, connection not having anybody is not funny to me at all because, I hate to see somebody in a situation where they need somebody and it's nobody there for them. But I still believe that hospitals have a contingency plan in place for these type of situations. But you just have to speak to the right person. And I think starting with the patient advocates or the facilities social worker may be able to help in this situation. Hey, Phoenix. Um, I was talking about the lady connection. She needs to have a medical procedure done, and she doesn't have any family or friends in her area. The procedure that she has to get done, they're going to put her under anesthesia. And anytime you have a procedure done where you have to have anesthesia, you have to have somebody there with you when you check in to be your ride home. Somebody has to go with you and show the nurse their ID to show that they're going to be your ride home. Well, she doesn't have that. She doesn't have anybody. She was, going to plan on taking a Uber or a taxi home, and they won't let her do that because they need somebody to check in with her to say for sure that she has a ride. So I was saying that she has a case manager. Her case manager should be able to set up a medical transport for her, or either she could go to the hospital and speak to the patient advocate or the social worker for the hospital. All hospitals have a social worker on duty all the time. If they're not in hospital, they are able to be paged to speak to the patients. So the social worker, somebody at that hospital should be able to help her so that she can have her procedure done and have somebody there to sign her out and make sure that she has transportation home. Now, I get on here and talk shit about people. We all kiki and, talk crazy and do what we do. But when it comes to something serious, like to me, this is serious. If you need to have a procedure done, if I can help in any way, then yeah, you know, I want to be able to help. And then when you get the procedure done, we can go back to funking and talking crazy. Because I don't dislike nobody. You know what I mean? I may talk crazy about you on social media. It's a kiki for me. This is all social media. This is just we having a kiki. Real life, I don't think about y'all like that. I don't dislike people that I ain't never met in real life. The people that I talk about on social media, I would never meet y'all probably. Like, I don't know Adrian. When I talk about her, it's just for a kiki and a coin. If I make a couple of dollars, it's all good. But I don't want to see nobody hurting or needs something, and maybe there's a way to help the person, because I used to work in the medical field. I used to be a case manager. All of these things I have done in the past. And if my expertise can help a person in any kind of way, then yeah, I am willing to help. Now, am I going to talk shit about you later? Yes, indeed. I most definitely am. After you get out of this surgery and you be in your kitchen crashing out and screaming at your neighbors, yeah, I'm going to talk about you. Yes, I surely will. But if you need something and I can, you know, give you some type of advice or help in any way, then I would do that. If I lived in Texas, I would legit give her a ride. I would. I would give her a ride because that's the type of heart that I have. If I lived in Texas and I knew that she was going through something, and I know she would talk cash money shit about me later, but I wouldn't care. I would give her a ride. I would, take her to get her procedure done and make sure she made it home because I'm that type of person. I really am. And I really do hope that this situation works out for her and it's not, you know, anything major because she's having some issues, I guess, with her uterus. And they want to do a uterine ablation. I think that's what the procedure is called. And the procedure can be done in office, but it is painful. And I guess they tried to do hers and she was in a lot of pain and they couldn't do it. So they want to do the procedure with her under anesthesia, which the doctor did tell me that um, they do it under anesthesia. I guess, it was painful. I had it done. I'm not going to lie. It was painful. It did hurt. But after they started, it was hurting and I just dealt with it. I don't know how, but I dealt with it. And I drove myself home that night, that after the procedure, I drove home and, I went to bed. It was, I was cramping. It hurt. But after a couple of hours, I was okay. I was okay. And I think that was the start of the course of me having a hysterectomy. Well, a partial hysterectomy. There were no cancer cells, but um, my uterus was full of fibroid tumors, just full to the point where sometimes they're able to remove the fibroids, but there were so many, and one of them was so big that they were like, no, girl. And you already in your 40s? What do you need your uterus for? You know, in your mid 40s. You're not going to have no more kids. My kids were in their 20s? No, close to it. Close to it. I don't think they were. My oldest son may have been 20. I think my other son was still in his teens because he's only in his 30s now, and I'm in my 40s. I mean, I'm in my 40s. I'm 60. So, Yeah, I think he was in his late teens. So I don't know, y'all. I mean, I'm really hoping that she finds someone to help her, you know. But if she takes my advice, and I know she be watching my videos, if she takes my advice and speaks to the social worker at the hospital where the procedure is going to be done, I'm pretty sure they can find somebody to um, help her. At least get her to her Uber or whatever, because she should be able to get a Uber or take a medical transport home. Yeah, that's the connection lady. She doesn't have anybody to come and pick her up after surgery. And you know, anytime you have surgery, you have to have somebody there with you to sign you out, basically. They want to make sure, even if you take Uber or, you know, a taxi or something, you got to have somebody with you to sign you out, basically, sign you out of the hospital. Because even when I had my colonoscopy, my husband had to go in with me, show his ID. They had to take his phone number, and then after I came out of, then he could go back to the car or go get something to eat or whatever. And then after I came out, when they wheel you to the recovery room, they call your person and tell them that the procedure, you know, they're out the procedure, so you can make your way back up to whatever floor that you're on to be there um, when you come out, if you can walk. If you're not walking, they can wheel you downstairs. The person can go get the car. Did he do that? Yeah, I think they called him. I think they called him and they wheeled me downstairs because, you know, you are still groggy. Like I was woke. Dang, I need to go in the house because the wind is blowing and it's blowing all this pollen and stuff. They they wheeled me downstairs in a wheelchair, and he pulled up, and I just got in the car and left. So she don't have a ride. Like I think she was planning on like taking Uber or whatever, but they need a person to be there when you check in. So that's why you can't do Uber when you have when you have surgery, because you know the Uber people ain't coming in the hospital. Oh, I've been good, Mickey. I just been lazy, and I don't know. I just been. You know how sometimes you just kind of need a break. You just don't want to. Like I just didn't want to be getting up doing YouTube. I took a break, so I said, okay, I'm gonna start getting up, putting on a little makeup. Put on. I got a million wigs. Put on one of my little wigs, and um, you know, come out here, get some fresh air, um, because I think we got a whole week of this type of decent weather. And then it's probably going to rain a little bit. I am praying for rain for LA. Because if it rains, hopefully it'll put these fires out. I've been checking the weather for LA every day to see if they have any rain in the forecast. Because, you know, We in the Bay Area, we in Northern California, so of course our weather is different. I've been checking their weather every day to see if it's any rain in the forecast. It's no rain in the forecast this week. And I'm like, Lord, if they could just get some rain and put these fires out, because these fires are spreading. I mean, they are. I got up this morning and the fire, I thought the Palisades fire, they kind of had it contained, but nah, it's not contained. Oh, I am going to start back to doing the Orishas, but I'm going to pick a day. I'm going to pick a day that I want to do it because I ain't going to do it every day. But I am going to, that's why I changed the channel name back to Omooshun, because I am going to start back to doing the Orishas, but I want to pick a day so everybody will know, like on Wednesdays, we're going to do the Orisha. So every Wednesday you will know. So if you don't want to watch like vlogs or when I go to the store and shopping and stuff like that, you'll know that I ain't doing that on Wednesdays. So if you want the Orisha stuff, you know to come on Wednesday. I'm not saying Wednesday is the day yet, but I'm saying I'm going to pick a specific day for that, and I will post whatever day it is. I'm going to start trying to post the schedule for the week on Sunday on the community wall. So you will know what it is for that week. And you will, oh, okay, well, let me go. I'm going to just say Wednesday for now. Let me go on Wednesday. She's doing Orishas. On Thursday, she doing crystals. On Friday, she doing readings, so that you will know for sure what's going on. I don't have my glasses, so if I'm squinting, yeah, I'm not really sure what is going on with the water situation, and I really don't want to speak on that because I haven't really done a lot of research as to what's going on with the water situation, why the water situation wasn't working. Like, I'm not the type of person to pin blame on people. I know that the mayor is receiving a lot of flack, like they are blaming this situation on her. There should not be one person to blame for this fire. If it's a natural disaster, then there's no human to blame. Now, if it, I've heard that it started from some fireworks on New Year's Eve. It's just so many different stories out there as to how this, situation started. But I do not believe that the blame should be pinned on one person, especially if they find out that it's arsonists. The mayor had nothing to do with that, and I do not believe that she should be blamed for it. And I do believe that she is being blamed for it because she's a black woman. They, of course, anything that they can pin on someone black to, diminish what they've done in any way, they will do that. So I'm not blaming her. I don't know what the situation is. The majority of people don't know how these fires started. This is so weird that a fire can jump complete cities, not blocks, complete cities. That's normally not how fires because we've had fires here in Northern California. Now, the wind does blow the ash. The last big fire that we had here in Northern California, our backyard, this table where I'm sitting was full of ash. If you was following me back then, I was talking about how the air quality was bad here and the fire was far from us. And I was like, oh, we don't have anything to worry about because fires don't jump like that. You know, where the fires were, the fire wasn't going to jump here. Well, that's what happened in LA. Places where people did not think this fire is jumping freeways. Never. It's jumping cities. I will recommend books. Y'all know I can't see. I didn't bring my glasses. Yeah, I mean, how will we do that? How how do you blame her for fires that is doing something that fires ain't never did before? Fires ain't never jumped freeways, jumped cities. It's in one city, and then you turn your back, and it's the went to another city. That's like a fire being in San Francisco, across the bay, and then jump all the way over here to where we are, and then jump to Oakland, jump the freeway, and jump to Oakland. Because if a fire is going on in, I keep saying San Francisco. That's not San Francisco. That's Marin. If a fire is going on in Marin, it would have to jump the bay. It would have to jump that bay to get over here to us. Like we could see the fire. If it was a fire going on over there, we could see the fire. But the fire would have to jump the whole bay to get over here. Now, could embers blow over here? Yeah, because it do be windy. Y'all can hear the wind, the trees rustling. That's because it's kind of windy today. But would a fire jump the bay? And the fires in LA is hecka spread out. I mean, California is a lot bigger than people realize. And I didn't really realize how big California was until we started traveling from Northern California to LA. Because I'd never been to LA. I had never been to LA until I got with my husband. That was when I realized California is humongous. Because driving from Northern California to Southern California is 7 hours. 7. Okay? California is huge. So is LA is spread out. It's so many different counties in LA. It's just, and for that fire to just be jumping around like that is just weird. It's weird. I do. I do think that people are doing it. I really do. Why? Who knows? It's a lot of, conspiracies out there as to why people are setting those fires. And it's crazy that some of the fires that were set, like in Altadena, the whole entire block, all of the homes will be destroyed but one. One. All of the houses will be gone. One house standing. I just saw a man in another, in I think in the Palisades. All the houses gone. His house was on the corner. Perfect. Nothing. Nothing was touched. Those are the things that are strange to me. In LA has in that Altadena area, all of the homes are older, um, mostly one level homes, flat roof, one level homes, old homes, built in like the 50s and the 60s. So, I mean, I can see them catching fire and, you know, burning up because, of course, the houses back then were built different than they are now. Here, where we live, all of the houses have a pitch roof. A lot of the homes in the older homes in LA have those flat roofs. They don't have the pitch roof. They roofs are flat. And a lot of them are single level homes. The older homes, it's a style. And all of the homes in that area, they basically look the same. All of the homes in this area, they look the same. They're all built by the same builder in this. It's not we don't live in a cul-de-sac, but in this community, all of the homes are built by the same builder. They all look the same. It's five homes in this area. It's five styles that you could have picked from. So, five style homes in this area. So, every home on this block don't look the same, but then you could be like, oh, that's the brick house or stone. That's the such and such. Which one do we have? The Spanish style. We have the Spanish style. And then I think the neighbor, a couple of houses down, they have the same one. LA is the Altadena area of LA, the majority of the homes kind of look the same. So I can see, you know, them burning. But what's weird is how do all the houses on the block burn up, but one house is left standing? It's just weird. And no one was there to put water on the house because everybody had evacuated. Like the homeowners, they had evacuated. So wasn't anyone there to, particularly save that one house? And why would the firefighters save one house on the block? So just weird stuff happened. So I don't know. I don't know. I conspiracy is not my thing. I don't like get into conspiracy theories. I like to wait and see, because the FBI is there, of course they're going to have the people that specialize in fire forensics and all of that. So if this was arson, they should be able to tell. because the reports are going to have to come out. The reports are going to, that's going to help people with their insurance claims and stuff too. So I don't know. But it's a sad situation. And I just feel like, there is a heaviness in the air when you have a disaster like that that affects so many people. There is a heaviness in the air because it's so many people who have lost everything, and it's so many people that are sad. That energy flows around. It has to go somewhere. You know what I mean? So that energy floats. And so it's heavy. You feel it everywhere. People are talking about it. And of course, people are continuing to live their lives even in LA. Some people are like, well, how are businesses still open and people just out shopping and having their coffee like nothing happened? Because life has to go on. Everybody is not affected by the fires. It's just the people that are affected. And LA is huge. There are still a lot of places in Southern California that are not affected, like San Diego and other cities. San Bernardino, it's no fire there. That's in Southern California. So, yeah, there are places where people are safe. There are no fires there. Yeah, the emotions are high, and they should be. And it's going to be a wave of emotions. People are sad now. Eventually, people are going to get angry. People are going to be frustrated. They're going to be going through these waves of emotion. Like right now, people are in fight or flight. They're trying to figure out, where is my family going to live? Where are we going to sleep? What are we going to eat? What are we going to put on our. All of those things. All of those things. And this is going to cost a lot of money because they're going to have to clean up. Where is all of that stuff gonna go? All of that, toxic stuff from people's house, cleaning supplies and burnt up and leached into the ground, bleach and laundry detergent and, paint, all this stuff then leached into the soil. All of these, metal and every all of the stuff that they use to build houses, insulation, all of that stuff has burnt and leached into the soil because of the water that they use to put the fire out. That fire retardant stuff that the planes drop on the fire, that pink stuff, that has leached into the soil. So these areas are contaminated now. All the soot and ash and stuff, all of that has to be cleaned up. The parts of buildings that are left standing, all of that has to be knocked down. It has to be bulldozed. All of that stuff has to be hauled off. Where they gonna put all that stuff? In the landfill? They gonna have to have a whole nother landfill just for all that stuff. And then what is it going to do? Because, metal don't break down like that. It's huge. It's huge. And it's gonna take a minute to clear all that away before they can even start building new homes. So the area is going to be so depressing for people because eventually the FBI and the military, they gonna leave. They gonna leave, and then it's gonna be up to the city to clean all that stuff up. So yeah, this is gonna be a long term mess. This is not a short term problem. This is going to be a long term problem. You know, for these people, it's probably gonna take forever just for the insurance to, you know, to kick in so these people can get some money and start the rebuilding. And of course, the celebrities, they gonna get their money first, and the people, the normal everyday person, you know, Joe Blow, who works at Starbucks or something, who lost everything, he gonna be waiting for a minute because the insurance probably gonna give his ass the runaround. The celebrities, they ain't gonna get no runaround. They gonna get their money. That's the part that, you ready to go in the house? Come on. I'm finna go in the house because this sun's starting to burn my arm. Plus, we supposed to be going to the grocery store, and I think my husband probably in there taking a shower. Um, go see where Daddy at. He in there, Poochie? You going to the store weekend? You ain't going to no store. I was outside. Why you didn't come get me? I know you was outside. Well, let me go put my pants on. This hair don't never dry the way I want it to. Every time I go out there, my my allergies. Let me turn this light on. Where is this? I need to go to the post office too. I've been saying this for like I ain't make my bed up today, so if you see my bed, don't say nothing. Mind your business. You probably ain't made yours up either. Um, I need to go to the post office and mail this package. Oh, I don't care. I'm finna sit y'all right here. And if you see something in the corner, yeah, that's my wig that I threw over there last night. Y'all sit right here. I gotta put my pants on. Hold on. That's my wig right there. What a remote. Turn this down. I'm putting my pants on, y'all, so we can go to the store. And I gotta put on the bra. Y'all don't need to see that. Oh, and I got to show y'all something. I hope y'all can hear me. I got to show y'all something yesterday. My my granddaughter wanted to go and get mochi donuts, which is Japanese um a Japanese style donut. And so we went to this little place. What is it called? Bober, Bober tea. And they had all different type of bobas. So we got the boba tea. Well, I didn't because all of them had milk, and I didn't want my stomach to act weird. But of course, my husband wanted to try it because my granddaughter had got one, and he was like, "I'm gonna get one too and try it." So I was like, "All right then," but I wasn't gonna do it because I didn't want my stomach to start acting crazy. Child, I tasted his. Them black boba things are so nasty. Oh, I couldn't believe it. And my granddaughter said it's oolong tea. The black pearls are made with like oolong tea and tapioca. Lord, them things was so nasty. Do you hear me? I was like, I don't see how people. Oh, it was disgusting. I know this ain't gonna work. I'm about to make a mess. Let me sit this right here. Tapioca, oolong tea, and tapioca is what the little black boba ball things is made out of. Child, they was so nasty. I had to spit mine out. I couldn't even swallow it. I was like, "Oh, I would not be swallowing this, girl." And she was just, uh-uh. My husband was like, "Why you didn't tell me it was nasty?" I was like, "Shit, I didn't know." I didn't know. He was like, "Haven't you had boba before?" I was like, "I never had the little black thing." Oh, it was gross. You hear me? The drink was okay, but it was milk. If it hadn't been milk based, I could have drank it. The drink was okay, but them little bobas, no. And the texture was weird. They were they were kind of not slimy, but they kind of soft on the outside and a little bit harder in the center. Girl, I was like, hell no. I spit that out. Ooh. Yeah, it's like gelatin, but like a little bit harder though. How do you get yourself to clean and do things around the house? I've been sick and been lazy. I know I need to get out of this slump, but can't get myself to do it. Because I can only let stuff go so far. I can't I got to, you know, I got to do it because it'll get on my nerves and it'll trigger my anxiety. I'll be going crazy. No, dark goddess, we are 7 hours away from the fire. We are in Northern California. The fires are in Southern California. We're nowhere near LA. Come on, baby.
Go ahead.
We 7 hours away from LA.
7 hours away. We better pack our stuff up.
You want to go to the fire?
No, 7 hours away. I'm moving to Omaha,
I'm not.
Nebraska. Here I come.
You ain't want no damn Nebraska.
Here I come.
Gizmo, please stop pulling stuff into your crate when we not here.
Come on, Gizmo. We're going to Omaha, Nebraska.
Stop telling that dog we going somewhere we ain't going.
Get your
Why
toy.
my hair look crazy?
Get your toy. Let's go.
And I just combed it. windy. Maybe that's it. You ready?
Yep.
I gotta go, y'all. I'll be back when we come back from the grocery store, okay? So, I'll talk to y'all in about 20 minutes. Love you, bye.